Hello, Hojoz here. Welcome back to the fifth season of Cedara fan competition, where today we'll have the final battle of the season. The A-45xc Gremlin and A-45xc Gremlin Pro by BV 141 facing the SAI NDF-1 Namiyari and SAI NP1 Kame by Sturmhauke. And well, will it be a first double champion in CFC or a new champion that we will crown today as a new entrant? We'll have to see in the water and in the sea, where we'll have me in the past reporting live. And with the matchup out of the way, it is nearly time for the final battle of the fifth season of Star Fighter competition. But first, I want to announce something regarding Season 6. Mainly that I will not be doing it in KSP 1.7.3, but I would rather do it at the beginning of the KSP 1.8 cycle, since that would make CFC Season 6 more relevant. So, yeah, no CFC for a while. But don't worry, I won't be struggling for content in the meantime. We have a couple of Forza Horizon 4 videos lined up, and I'm also planning on releasing other videos, KSP videos, maybe even videos on other games, while we are waiting on KSP 1.8. But first, before CFC Season 6 starts, we'll have to determine a winner for CFC Season 5. And that winner will either be our first multiple champion, BV Flyer, if he wins this battle, or the new entrant here, which is Sturmhauke. Now, Sturmhauke has the bigger caliber guns, or at least packs more punch. Of course, BV Flyer flying with the M230s, which are also 30mm. These, however, are rotary and, well, fire off more bullets. An aircraft which I reckon is superior to the Gremlin. However, the question is the boat superior to? As far as the Gremlin goes, though, I've always said that it will lose the battle, but it hasn't lost one battle since, well, I don't even think it lost tug inspection. So it hasn't lost a battle yet. I constantly think that the stability issues that it sometimes shows will do it in, and that the other side has a superior aircraft. But I constantly commentator curse the other side and help the Gremlin win the match, if you want to see it like that. But yeah, it will be interesting to see for me if the Gremlin will take this final battle as well, or if the Namiyari will defeat it. Since, as I hinted at earlier, I reckon that this is the superior aircraft. Well, we'll have to set up the match first in order to see that final match of Season 5. The season that everyone wanted to end. Or rather, I wanted to end since I had so many issues due to rushing out the rules, which I'm planning on doing more testing for CFC Season 5, or Season 6, I'm sorry. So if you want me to help, if you want to help me with that, you can just request helping me in Discord DMs. Of course, there's a Discord link for my Discord in the description, so if you do not have me as a friend or in DMs yet, you can just head on over to the server and add me via there. I will appreciate different aircraft for testing in Season 6, since that will probably prevent some of the large loopholes that I had at the beginning of the season when we were still in the submission phase, and the later setup issues that I had with the Gremlin as well here. So yeah, that's that pretty much. We can start the match. Start the match we do. Yeah. That'll be a rule for season 6. I want to be able to set up each aircraft with only the brake and SAS action group. Okay, spacebar too, but the issue, the slight issue, by the way, I have with the Namiyari on setup is that it requires 2 presses of the spacebar, and I'm not used to that. All the other entries have required only 1 press of the spacebar, whereas Namiyari requires 2. Or if you do it wrong, you'll have to load it up again, since you pressed the spacebar too quickly and the action groups weren't loaded properly yet. Nah, that's a facepalming issue. Well, third time's the charm, I suppose. Come on. There we go, we can deploy now. Yeah. Must remember to double spacebar Namiyari each time although I can guarantee that I'll probably forget it. Naval radar. Naval radar. Oh, by the way, for season 6, I am planning on doing more editing of these episodes. That 1, they'll be shorter. 2, you won't have to see the setup phase. And 3, you won't suffer from any dead zones. Where dead zones are zones where I'm not commentating. And thus it's a bit boring. Namiyari takes off and the Gremlin has also taken off. So as far as that goes, we are in the clear. Gear up. Nothing really to comment on. Which kindly feeds back into what I just said about commentary dead zones. I'll edit them out. I'll have to see how I'll do the format though. I'm guessing that I'll upload 1 or 2 format test videos before CFC Season 6 goes live and into the submission phase. Anyway, we're turning on each other and we have started the battle. And the Gremlin has immediately deployed all of its 120s and is now aiming with the 9s. Ha ha ha. Namiyari, however, has to dodge them. Will it? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, it has immediately been killed by the 120s. I'm guessing due to an issue with the with priority on missiles and dodging, which hasn't been that great this season. Apparently, aircraft prefer aiming over dodging. Kame having now been assaulted by 2 Hellfires, and is probably not even functional anymore. Nah, no it isn't. So yeah, that's a pretty fast 1-0 for the Gremlin, aided completely by luck since the Namiyari did not care to dodge, which is very weird. Why is that a thing? I don't even know where to blame BDAC, my setup issues, or KSP itself. That's the issue here. There are so many issues this season that I don't know what to blame. I usually find something to blame, but this time I don't know. Which of the 3 is it? Perhaps you can vote in the poll in the iCards or something. Which I didn't deploy last week because, you know, a 1-hour episode takes a while to upload. And with rural internet, that's going to be very fun. No, it isn't. Rural internet is fun. No, it's not fun. It's pretty slow. I'm honestly jealous of the people who can upload a 1-hour video in like what? 1 hour. maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes would even be impressive. I am completely jealous of those people because, I mean, I want your internet. Honestly, I want those internet speeds. I would really appreciate those internet speeds because it would probably prevent me from dropping out due to connection issues on any game. I'd really like that, to be honest. Here we're taking off again. We start watching Namiyari. Let's see if it will be able to get the 9s off, since it does, or 120s off, since it does have 120s. So I'm kind of mystified as to why it couldn't deploy them. They aren't blocked or anything. No, they aren't. However, they aren't on a missile rail. I can't see the missile rail here, so perhaps missile rails have never been an issue in the past. They have never been. Let's try to aim the 120s though, as we are fighting now. It deploys flares, but it doesn't deploy chaff here, and it's not even interested in dodging. It can't get a lock on the Gremlin, because I'm guessing the Gremlin's lock-on is very nice and something to be jealous of. I honestly don't get why aircraft do not like to dodge. It doesn't make any sense, since you shouldn't prioritize firing missiles over dodging, since the result is this. You don't have much of an aircraft left here. What are you going to do? Shoot up the... No, you aren't even going to shoot up things, because you can't, because you don't have control surfaces. See, this is the issue. You can't do anything if you've been stripped of your everything. Well, besides engines and a gun. You can't do anything if you've been stripped of your control surfaces. Because Namiyari is splashing into the ground. This is going to be probably an easy 2-0 for the Gremlin, and I'm just going to blame general CFC Season 5 weirdness on that, since you should be focusing on dodging the missile. You shouldn't be focusing on firing the missile. Why are you doing that? Again, the Gremlin is the first aircraft I deployed, so perhaps it has to do something with second aircraft deployed. I don't get it. Anyway, it's closing in on the Kame now. Let's see if the Kame can do anything against the Gremlin, since, well, I mean, any attempts would be futile anyway, since it would, at the very least, result in a tie. Kame isn't even interested in firing. It fires too late. It fires too late and gets hit. Yeah, that is an issue, you know. It does have some firing power though, so this match will last a bit longer. It does sadden me though that the most interesting fight I've seen has been in the semi-finals, since this doesn't look to be an interesting fight at all. And it's just sad. You'd think that the final would be the two most interesting craft creating the most interesting fight, because they are the two best aircraft in the competition. But no, since the Namiyari decides to aim and not dodge, it immediately just sabotages itself, and it can't do anything. I mean, that's dumb. And as I said, I don't know if that's a BDAC issue, an issue with how I'm setting up these things, or an issue with KSP itself. All I do know though is he's called this stick. No, it's 2-0. It's 2-0 for the Gremlin, and I do not expect that to change here in the third battle. Short episode. Final shouldn't be the shortest episode, even though it's one battle. Honestly, it should be longer. But it's not like I can do anything about it, since this is the battle we have, and this is the battle you're watching. And I honestly think it does also have to do some with having a 1v1 setup. A 2v2 would mean that at least your teammate could cover you in case you make a facepalming mistake, such as not dodging. Yeah, you'd have a teammate, which is why I'm planning on doing 2v2s in Season 6. I have learned my lesson now, and this is just stupid. Honestly, it is. It is just stupid. Starting the competition again then. Gremlin takes off, and Namiyari does as well. I spacebar and hitting it the second time. It is difficult, guys. It is difficult for a forgetful person such as me, and especially if every entry is enabled with one press of the spacebar. Two presses of the spacebar doesn't fly, since it's not. No one does that except the Namiyari. It's just frustration. Perhaps this episode should just be called frustration to sum the entire thing up. The entirety of Season 5. Because it is all related to my rule set, isn't it? There you go. They're properly enabled now. Don't you love just having to watch your own bad rule set? Enough of that. It is probably the final battle. Gremlin takes off, and Namiyari does too. Yeah, I didn't enable the radars this time. I cannot even enable radars. Yeah, Namiyari takes off. Should be going home with the Gremlin. It is one of those days. Gremlin turns. Namiyari does as well. We are creating a gap, and creating quite a large one, as 7.8 kilometers isn't like a walk home or something. You're not gonna walk 7.8 kilometers to home, aren't you? Are you? You're going to bike that, at least if you're a Dutchman, you're going to bike that. 120's fired. Second one, come on, yep, second one's fired. Come on, mate, please. That's all support you're gonna get. Please dodge them. It didn't. It's too bad. And now there's a 9 coming in, and it just doesn't bother to dodge them either. Oh, it is a missile coming in though. It is still very much alive and capable of fighting. Perhaps we have a more interesting round this time then. Although the Gremlin is getting up behind it quite easily. Not that it cares anymore. Namiyari turns on toward the Gremlin, and the Gremlin is just like, why should I turn? The thing's dead. I don't care. And the Namiyari is like, no, you should kill the things that you think are killed, because otherwise you're going to get killed by the thing you thought you killed. And then the Gremlin is like now, oh shit, I should. And the Gremlin is now thinking, oh, I should have done this sooner, because now I'm damaged. And there are a lot of oh no's and issues going on now. That is the worst commentary I've ever done in the entirety of CFC history. No, it's quite a damaged Gremlin then. Don't write off the Namiyari is what you're doing here. As I thought it had damage, but it's perfectly fine today. Nice to see. It is perfectly fine today. So it could focus on getting the Gremlin probe taken out now, since look at this. It is still flying. Oh no. Oh no. So are we going to get a situation where the Gremlin thought it killed the Namiyari, and the Namiyari thought it killed the Gremlin, so it granted the Gremlin the win either way? That would be a very stupid situation. Bit of instability from Namiyari there. I'll be saving your aircraft into my save next time. I won't be saving anything. That just leads to more issues, I think, right now. If anyone can confirm that, by the way, just write it in the comments. I don't like doubting on stuff. This is done now. The Gremlin was out of fuel. It's now just out of an engine, out of the remaining engine. It actually had an overheat on the boosters. Oh, on the Gauss. I thought. Why did I think it had boosters for a second? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Going to go for another run on the Gremlin since the Gremlin is still in the air. That's everything. That's everything said with that. Namiyari really just showing why I put all my confidence behind it, and I honestly swore it would have defeated the Gremlin harder than it's doing right now. It's flying towards the Gremlin probe now. Within 4 kilometers it will surely try to fire its Hellfires. So that's 500 meters. 250. And now in range we get a lock, and oh, it's hard to get a lock for the Namiyari today. Odd. Lock then. It's 1 Hellfire fired, or 2 Hellfired, 3 Hellfired. I'm going to stick with that. And the Gremlin does nothing about it. The Gremlin probe does nothing about it. It accepts defeat. And it's still alive, but it accepts defeat. Oh yeah, if this is everything that's alive, then that's defeated. Namiyari fine, Kame fine. It is an A2-1, which for my very pessimistic commentary I did not expect. But the reason why you do pessimistic commentary is to just put a commentator's curse on the other plane. Make the episode more exciting. Aha, that's what you didn't think about, and that's what I've just done. that is how you commentate, apparently. Hojoz 101 on how to commentate. You commentators curse everyone to make the episode more interesting. You can quote me on that in the future. I have no issue with being quoted on that. Space bars. If I had a horrible incident with this where I didn't press the space bar twice, I would have remembered each time to press the space bar twice. Oh well, it's not like I can do anything about it. Start the competition. Oh wait, perhaps I have just thought of a reason why. It's only on engaged air, not on engaged missile. So perhaps the BDAC is thinking that the missile is instead an aircraft. In which case, it's obviously not going to dodge it. It only wants to attack it with missiles. And if it only wants to attack it with missiles, it's not going to dodge it. And if it's not going to dodge it, it's dead. It is dead. So perhaps that's the thinking behind this issue that we're having. None of it matters though. 4th match. And I still honestly think that the Gremlin will win. Gremlin, however, didn't turn immediately there. Odd. Perhaps that's a bad omen for Mr. Gremlin there. The Namiyari is not firing anything as of yet. It's probably going to get exploded by a 120 or 2, which it has. That's a poor strategy, isn't it? And it's only debris flying, so I do not have much hope for the Namiyari here. Especially if you're just going to get missile struck by the third missiles that's fired by the Gremlin and just immediately explode and dissipate into nothingness. Which essentially means that the Gremlin has already won. If it's a tie, then it still has 3 points to its name. If it's first to 3, then you're getting 2 points. It doesn't matter if the other one has 3. So it is pretty much then immediately verified that the Gremlin has won based on the fact that BDAC is being a glitchy piece of shit. Which I've now determined it's the fault of BDAC, because it's always the fault of BDAC. Blame the mods first, everyone. The Kame has an attempt at getting the missiles out of the air, but it has failed and it has been destroyed fairly easily by the Gremlin, who wins. Probably by just having the advantage of being the first plane that's loaded up each time. Which basically means that in order to have won this 5th season of the Cedara fighting competition, you just have to be the topmost plane. Because if you're the topmost plane, you're going to get loaded up first each time. And if you're going to get loaded up first each time, apparently it means that you win the match. That is dumb. That is quite honestly dumb. And it sums up the 5th season of Cedara fighting competition quite well, I think. So it is the first time we have a multiple champion in CFC season, in just the CFC season. And it is Beefy Flyer 141, congratulations on that. But if I do remember correctly, you have 2 championships just because you got lucky twice. Yeah. Yeah, that's just... I mean, that's just competition. You have to have luck on your side as well. You can build the best aircraft in the entire world, but if it gets struck by missiles each time because it doesn't have any luck, not because it can't dodge missiles, because we've tested that and it can dodge missiles excellently, but it doesn't have any luck and it just gets struck by missiles each time, it can be the best aircraft in the entire world, but it'll still die, simply because it doesn't have any luck. So yeah. Beefy Flyer 141, just a person with luck apparently. And luck has to be on your side in CFC, apparently. As it is then the 2nd championship for Beefy Flyer 141. Congratulations on that. And feeling an outro. I'm feeling a certain artist with a certain song that I mention each time on this channel for like the past 1.5 to 2 years. It is indeed Bureaucratic Boys Club. You've cascaded correctly, and it's time to do an outro. And it's just time to say goodbye. Hopefully I'll see you next season, and hopefully I'll see you in the Forza Horizon 4 video, since they'll probably not be as popular as CFC.